I didn't film an intro. If you guys are wondering why I look different, yes, I am in the same strawberry dress, but Andrew's in a different shirt. It is because I am filming this intro as I edit the video because I realized I forgot to film one. We are going to be doing a fun new video today. I'm going to be having my boyfriend pick out my next reads. I know. Scary. I put a lot of trust into him. This is filmed after the video, so I know how it went. You guys are going to see how it went. But I'm super excited because I just got out of a reading slump and I didn't know what books I kind of wanted to read next. So he is going to be going to Barnes & Noble's and he's going to pick out 2 books that he thinks I'm going to like. And then he is going to pick off 3 books from my bookshelves that he also thinks I'm going to like. So that way I can kind of get through my physical TBR as well. So, how do you feel about that challenge?
Well, it was a rough ride, I'll say that. But we got there at the end. Yeah, you just gotta watch the video.
But now I'm just gonna go ahead and play all the old recordings and you guys get to see how the video went. Good luck, enjoy the ride. And now that we're at Barnes, do you remember your mission?
Yep.
What are you doing?
Find 2 books that I think that you'll rate 4 stars or more. And that you'll finish. My game plan is that I'm gonna pick 1 book from your usual area and 1 book from something that you're not used to.
Oh, okay.
So I have 1 surefire that I think you'll finish at least.
Okay.
And another one's just a wild card.
Okay, that's a solid plan.
You should probably find a book that has some smut in it.
Say that again? Say that again?
Find a book that has some smut in it. No, I shouldn't go with dragons because you liked Fourth Wing so much that if I go with another dragon book, you're not gonna like it because it's not fun. It's a cool cover. Chasm. The Galatian Trilogy. This is book 2. This is book 1.
Never seen it before.
Okay, I'm gonna go with this.
Interesting. You know, just looking at it, I'm a little like I don't think I'd ever grab that off a shelf. But so that's why it's like a good opportunity to read it.
Oh, that's interesting. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't think I would have ever grabbed that book, but I could say the same about other books that I've really liked. I don't think I would have grabbed it. And a favorite quote that I really like is, you know, your favorite book wouldn't be your favorite book if you didn't flip the page into the next chapter.
True, true. And it's a little trilogy too, so if you like this one, then...
Wow.
First one down.
Is this the out of my comfort zone, or is this the...
No, this is like closer to your comfort zone.
Oh. Oh no.
This one has a little romance in there too.
Oh, I like these bondings, guys. Oh my god. Bondings, these bindings. Look at how cute. Stop. Okay, it took me a minute.
I feel like there's a lot of pressure on my next choice because it's not a good choice. I'm gonna get bashed for it. So I gotta try hard on this one. I don't even know if I want to do horror. I've never even read a horror book before. Can horror books be scary? She reads so fast. It has to be a book that has a bit of sustenance to it. Otherwise she'll read it in a couple of hours and then be done. Maybe I will make her read Dune. Because I kind of want to read it too. So if I make her read it, but she's done, I can. It's not going to be horror.
It's not even recording. Oh, it is recording. Is that going to be horror?
Nope.
Why not?
We're going back.
Nothing speaks to you?
No, it's not.
Wow. I wonder what is going to speak to him. Like, I wonder which book is going to be my second
I don't
read.
think anything's going to speak to me, but I know what book we're doing.
Oh no.
I'm going to make you read it. Because even if you don't like it, that's okay, because I can read it out.
Is that really why? That's your reasoning?
No, I mean, people would say good things about it too, and I mean, I didn't want to pick like a small book. I wanted to pick a book with some sustenance in it because you read super fast.
I thought you were going out of my comfort zone. This is like...
Yeah, but this has no romance or smut in it, so it is out of your comfort zone.
What do you think I'm going to give this book out of 5?
I think I'm hoping at least a 3 for that one. I mean, I have no idea if it's good or not. But you also do rate books pretty highly as long as you finish them. So maybe a 4. And then this one, I think it's a 50-50. It's either a 5 or a 2 to 0.
Really?
Yeah, I think either you'll really like it or you won't like it at all. So in summary, I think you're gonna give this one a 4, hopefully, and this one either a 5 or DNF. I'm setting the bar, I don't know.
Okay, so we just got home from Barnes and Nobles. So, what are you gonna do now?
Now I am picking 3 books that you already have for you to read next. That you'll like.
Dude, why you say it like that?
Because I don't really get the that you'll like part.
Because, well, I don't know if I like these books yet. Like, some of them are authors I've never read. It's like book recommendations that I've seen on TikTok. Or I thought the cover was pretty and I bought. Like, there's a lot of on here, and I also have some arcs that I got that I don't know if I'll like them or not. Also, to give you guys a refresher on my bookshelf, this is my big bookshelf collection. Our room is a little messy right now. Just please ignore that. And then I have my little mini shelf right here.
Did you end up reading this one already?
They both die in the end? No. But I was kind of saving that for another booktube video.
The fairy book.
Ooh.
Oh, let's do this one. Have you read this yet?
No.
I remember you talking about this one.
They both die at the end. What do you think when I read this one?
Can I read the
summary?
I'm gonna say like a 4.
A 4?
This one? Yeah.
Okay. I've heard a lot of good things about that book. So, second book you picked out, which is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Faeries. What do you think I'm gonna rate this one?
Can I see that? I think you'll probably rate this 5?
A 5? Okay. Pretty bold. Haunting Adeline.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 5.
A 5?
Yeah.
Genuinely?
Yeah.
Even I don't know if I'd give this a 5.
I think you probably will.
I don't know if I'm a very dark romance girly. This is gonna be my first dark romance book. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. I know there's a lot of trigger warnings. I know that this is very, very dark romance and that some people don't even think this should be a book. I'm gonna tell you about a scene that happens. I'm not gonna say it on camera because I don't want to spoil you. And then you can let them know what you think after. I'm also gonna read him the like trigger warning stuff. Okay, so now I didn't even know like what exact trigger warnings were in this book. I've only seen like heard that it was very dark romance and that there like this happened. But after reading like what's in the book, the trigger warnings, I'm a little like,
is it even considered romance at that point though? Because okay, I didn't know the book was like that. I thought it was like,
you just thought I was like very smutty.
I thought it was like darker, smutty romance, but like that's pretty crazy. Okay, maybe not a 5. I don't know. A 3 if you finish it.
So these are gonna be my next 5 reads that you picked out. Are you excited for me?
Yeah.
How long? Okay, I guess like prediction. How long do you think it's going to take me to finish these 5 books?
All 5 of them.
All 5.
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay guys, it is August 9th right now. It is 6:52 p.m. and we will see when this video gets completed and when it gets uploaded. Andrew thinks it's going to take me 2 weeks to read all this. Personally, I think this will take me like maybe a week to week and a half. I'm determined. Thank you for picking out my next reads. Okay, so now that I have my 5 books picked out, it's time to pick like which one I'm gonna start first. Honestly, I think I'm gonna start off with Ledge, mainly because of like my thoughts when I first saw him pick it up. I was kind of like, ooh, I wouldn't grab this off a shelf, and because of that, I want to kind of challenge myself and start off with this book just to see if I'm proven wrong. Okay, so it is like a lot later My allergies are hitting me pretty bad right now, as you guys can see, and then I ate dinner, took a shower, but it is now time to start lunch. So we're pretty close to a third of the way. My thoughts so far, not gonna lie, it's a different writing style than what I kind of expected. It seems definitely like for a younger audience in a way. Enemies to lovers, for sure, in here. Definitely not like the enemies to lovers that you're used to, but these are like true enemies to lovers. It's pretty good. The romance is definitely gonna be a slow burn. I can see that. A lot has happened so far. And I don't know, I'm really like intrigued by the book. Like, I'm not like jaw drop, like, oh my god, I need to read what's next. Like, I'm not like a huge fan, like favorite of it, but then again, I'm only like a little bit in. I'm sure it's gonna pick up, but I'm definitely intrigued. Okay, so I just made it to chapter 29. I'm on page 205. I've read a little over half now, and I do have mixed feelings about the book. Like, I will say that. I still think that, you know, the writing's kind of like, not like a lower level, but like the way that it's written, like the writing style, is not what I'm used to. I will say though that the plot is getting interesting. Like, I don't think there's a book that I've ever read with this plot, and it's really like intriguing. Like, everything that's happened, you know, it's this girl, she's on the ledge, she's just like down in the valley for the first time, and you know, her grandmother was from the valley that she's currently at, and the queens that rule it like knew who her grandmother was, and now in this epic battle that they just had, you know, they're telling her like, oh Ryan, how'd you find this girl, like how were you able to do this? And so it makes me think that there's something special about this girl. The full story isn't out yet. She's either related to the queens or she's like a mage or something. I knew it! I knew it. Ooh. Oh my god, this is... I guessed it. I guessed it. So my camera died as I'm filming the ending of this video. I have 2 pages left and a big bomb just got dropped. Oh, there's no way. Okay. I want the next book. This, holy shit. Like, you know, like those last 3 pages, a big bomb was dropped, and then the way that it ends, like, I don't want to say because I don't want to spoil that part, but like one of the worst cliffhangers. Not like worse, like it was like bad, but like worse because like I need the next book that I've ever read. Like, Iron Flame was like shocking, but this? Okay, I'm gonna like, Originally, as I was nearing the end, like as I had 50 pages left, I was like, okay, I'm feeling like 3.75, because like 3 would be like I liked it, but it wasn't my favorite. 4 would be like I was like really like loved it, and then 5 is like, oh my god, absolute like love. And I didn't think it reached a 4, but like with that ending, I'm very intrigued, and like I want to keep reading. So I think I'm going to give this book a 4.
Wow, I got a 4.
No, like genuinely, I think the next book I'm going to read is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Faeries, because I think I'm craving more of like a fairy romantasy read next. And I like know that the other books I have picked out, like Dune, Haunting Adeline, and they both die at the end don't really have that like romancy. So this is going to be our next read. Hi guys, so it is the next day and I do have a lot to do today. So I do want to keep reading, and what I'm going to do instead is I got Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Faeries on Audible. So I think I'm going to start off with the book by listening to it while I do my work. That way I can like multitask. So I have it loaded on here, if it'll focus. So far, I'm really intrigued. I'm wondering if Finn is a possible love interest or if Bumblebee is a love interest. I don't even know. I just know that I'm super excited to keep reading because learning about all the different types of fairies is pretty intriguing. Hi friends, I just finished work, so I'm at school right now. I just want to give you guys an update because I've been reading at work that had nothing to do. I'm 75% done with the book, and oh my god, so much has happened since I last updated you guys. Spoiler warning incoming. Bumblebee is a fairy. He's a fairy prince at that, a prince. And the dog, Shadow's like a fairy thing, and I predicted it, and I wanted to give you guys our predictions, but I can't believe it actually happened. And I was telling him about it. I'm 75% done. It's so good. I want the second book. I absolutely love the series. The soft romance is really good. The plot's getting interesting, and I'm excited to see what happens next. Anyways, I'm gonna continue reading. Who knows if the next time I give you guys an update I'll be done, or if you guys will get to see me read at home. We'll see. Oh my god. Oh, I want to read the second book. Anyways, this is a 5. Like, I know like I said I was gonna be more stricter on reading, but this is genuinely a 5 because I was kicking and giggling, kicking my feet and giggling, and I like need the second book. Like, I need the second book. It physically pains me to know that I gotta wait and read through 3 more books before I get to read the second one, but it's definitely gonna be what I read next, and I will not stop thinking about this. Specifically, Wendell Bumblebee, because he is probably the second blonde I will simp for. The first being Aaron Warner, but I absolutely love this book. Andrew, if you're watching this, good pick, because it was a 5, which I know you predicted. And I think the book that I'm going to read next is going to be Dune. And I don't know exactly how to feel about this one because she is kind of thick. Yeah, I'm not, as you guys can tell from my obvious disdain, I am not that excited about reading this. Because after reading this, it has put me in such like a good romantasy mood with like fairies and soft romance. And now I'm gonna read science fiction fantasy with like no romance. I don't know, I'm a little like off put, but I'm still gonna try to go into it open-minded. I just got done doing the dishes, making dinner. If you guys want to see my dinner, it is right here. Meal prepped. I made 4 servings of this pasta and hamburger, and I'm also 53 minutes into Dune. So far, thoughts. It's actually not that bad. Definitely it's not like the fantasy romance I expect, but like I can kind of picture a movie in my head, which is ironic because, you know, Dune is a movie, and I can like see it, and I can see that this gives me like very, you know, like Star Wars vibes and all that. So it's actually not that bad, and it's pretty fun listening to it. I'm gonna go finish the rest of my chores and listen to it as well as read it, and then we'll be back with another update. So we were looking at the book Dune, which is the book that I'm currently reading right now, and I'm having the hardest time reading it. It's just not something that really interests me, so it's like I'm not as like happy reading it. What I noticed reading is I was like, when am I gonna get to the next chapter? Because I found out that there's no chapters. There's no chapters in this book. And then if you go, they kind of like signify the start of something new by putting like a quote, but there's no numbers to the chapters. And when I opened up Dune to see like the table of contents, and I saw that the contents are like book 1 Dune, book 2 Maldive, I think is how you pronounce it, and book 3 The Prophet. And so I went to those pages, and it is true, it goes book 2 Maldive. So this is technically 3 books in 1. So I asked my boyfriend, I was like, what do I have to read for this challenge? Am I reading this like entire giant book, or is it book 1?
Yeah, I think it's fair if you just have to read book 1, and then if for some reason you do end up liking it, then you can read the rest. But
if for some reason I do end up liking it,
for the challenge, just book 1.
Just book 1?
Mm-hmm.
If his voice sounds a little like it's because he's sick right now. So that's another reason why I'm home at 11 a.m. on a Wednesday. Like usually I'd be at my office at work right now, but I took today off so I can take care of him. Right now I'm only 49 pages in, so I don't have like much to say. It's like in third person, but they still show the thoughts of the different characters. It'll be like blah 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 blah, so Paul thought, or blah 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 blah, so and so thought. So it's like interesting. It's definitely like something that I know like my dad would love reading, because he loves like Star Trek, Star Wars. I like those movies. Like they were enjoyable to watch. They're not my favorite, and I think that's why I'm not really like connecting with this book, because it's not something that I'm very passionate about. Like it's definitely interesting. Like I'd give this at least a 3. Like it's definitely interesting. But it's not something that I really want to read, especially not now, and I'm like a mood reader. So because I'm not in the mood to read something like this, it's definitely gonna affect how I read it. Y'all, I'm about to go on my daily mile run, so I'm gonna braid my hair while I give you guys my little update. I got to page 110 of Dune, and things are starting to pick up. Like things are generally starting to get super interesting. Also, do not comment on how I look like a naked mole rat right now. I don't have any makeup on, because I was like, if I'm just gonna sweat it off, I'm not going to work today. I'm just gonna stay barefaced. As I was saying, things are really starting to pick up. It's getting really interesting. There's a lot more like action drama happening than it was in like one of the earlier pages, which is understand, because the earlier pages are more of like establishing what is happening, kind of like world building, and then now it's getting into like what's actually happening in the storyline. And it's super interesting. I'm really excited to see what happens. Like, you know, as the reader, we know that someone's kind of a traitor, like he's plotting against them, as he's like mentioned. I believe it was, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's spelled like this, like Dr. Yue. But it's like implying that he's a traitor because we get the access of his thoughts and like what he's gonna do. There's already been an assassination attempt on Paul. And my thoughts are like, I know they found someone in the cellar, but I think it was the Dr. Yue that was controlling it. I want to know if he's going to be discovered as a traitor. And I also don't know like what happens in Dune, so like any character could be killed off at like any moment. And I'm in like a lot of and very like anticipation, like, oh no, what's going to happen next? Because I never watched the movie, don't know anyone that's read the book, so anything that happens, I'm just gonna be going in blind. So I was at the gym earlier today because I didn't have work, and I did read a lot more of Dune. Not gonna lie, it's getting a lot more interesting. I keep flipping back and forth. I always go like, oh, this is boring. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, it's boring. Oh, this is interesting. As of now, I am on page 192 of 255. So I only have like 60 more pages left of book 1 of this book, because book 2 is right here. As for thoughts, it's very interesting. Like I want to know what's gonna happen, because there seems to be like a lot of tension at this one kind of like dinner food thing that just happened, there's a lot of tension between all of like the guests. Like I genuinely thought a fight was gonna break out, and I'm really scared because I feel like someone's going to die. Like I don't know who, but I feel like someone's just gonna be in the wrong place at the wrong time and someone's gonna die. Oh my god, it feels so wrong to stop, but I finished, guys. I am now on, or I stopped at book 2, which is Maldives, and oh my god, like I don't want to stop because it's like not a cliffhanger, but it really prepares you for what's gonna happen next. Like that was crazy. So major spoiler incoming alert if you want to just skip ahead like a minute or so. Remember how I was like, I feel like someone's gonna die? Like a bajillion people died. Like I premonitioned it. Like holy crap, I was not expecting it to go like that. And the revelation at the end that the Lady Jessica is the Baron's daughter, this is crazy. Like I really want to continue it, but I think I'm going to move on to Haunting Adeline. I know. I'm just gonna give a temporary rating, and I want to rate part 1 or book 1 of Dune a 3. No, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4. It worked its way to a 4. It was pretty good. I'm pretty intrigued. I love it. Even if it's not romance, it's more like sci-fi and it's out of my comfort zone, I give it a 4. And with that said, it is now time to start Haunting Adeline. I'm pretty sure Haunting Adeline's on Kindle Unlimited, so what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm going to read it on the Kindle because that's just gonna be so much easier to read, and it'll probably be faster for me to read because I'll just be like tap 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 tap, you know. This is a very late update, but I got to read more of Haunting Adeline last night, or not last night, this morning. I just never filmed it because I was eating breakfast and I just like wasn't ready because I had work later. So I was just like, you know, relaxing reading, and I also got to read it on the car ride to work. I am now 42% of the book in, page 224. Also, I think he's gonna be right because we are 1 week into the challenge and I still have a whole other book left after this one.
What can I say?
Also, when I was at work, he actually went to Barnes & Noble's and got me a book. Like, he was waiting at Barnes & Noble's for me while I worked at Hollister, because I work part-time at Hollister. And, you know, Barnes & Noble's has a little, like, seating area. So he was just chillaxing there, and he got me...
The wrong book.
Not the wrong book. What?
Book you can't even read.
Okay, it's not like I can't read it, but it is the Born of Blood and Ash special edition by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And the only reason that he says like I can't read it is because it's like I gotta read 8 other books before I read this one, because I have not read From Blood and Ash yet, or like that series. Like I have the first book on my shelf, just never got to read it. But I just thought it was cute that he got me a book, and he surprised me at work when he picked me up because he knew what time I finished work, so he just walked up from Barnes & Noble's to come get me, and I thought that was super cute. But anyways, to give you guys an update on Haunting Adeline, I love the book. I love it so far. This is like what I want to read, evident by the fact that I'm already like 42% in, 224 pages in, because I'm just eating it up. Like this is my first taste of dark romance. I've never read dark romance before, but it's pretty good. It's genuinely really good. It keeps me on my toes, and I don't know if this like counts as spoiler, but it's not even like just the smut that I really like. I love like the whole like storyline, plot line, and the fact that she's reading Gigi's diaries and, you know, trying to solve like who murdered her great grandmother. Like that's also what intrigues me, is like the parallels and everything. Like it's crazy. Like I genuinely really like it. So I actually forgot I had Haunting Adeline on Audible, so what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna go ahead and listen to, oh my gosh, it's not focusing, but I'm gonna go ahead and listen to Haunting Adeline versus reading it, because I've been in the middle of crocheting a tote bag. You know, like I'm doing one of the Granny Squares hearts, but it's gonna be like alternating, so it's gonna be like a cream color with the brown heart and then a brown color with the cream heart, and then, you know, so I figured, oh, you know, like crocheting, it's not like I'm like reading stuff, so I'll still be able to focus on the audiobook while getting to crochet. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Sorry, just gonna cut in real quick. His voice, like the narrator of the Audible, Zane's voice. Okay, so I was honestly listening to the audiobook for such a long time. I'm now on chapter 28. I don't know what percent that is, but I feel like I read a good portion, and I ended up being able to do a lot of crocheting. As you guys can see, I was able to make a total of 4 of the brown squares. So I have one side of my tote bag done, and then I just have to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more of the dark brown, and then that'll be both sides of the bag. Express my thoughts. So a lot has happened. Zane, he's the audiobook voice. Honestly, he's not even that bad. Like, if you think about it, like what he does for a living, like that's really good of him, you know. He's like making a change in the world, and he's being good. Like, yes, he has a obsession with Adeline, but like he's a good man, you know, like good in a sense that he's ending a corrupt government. I don't know, I really like him, and I really like that aspect about him, that that's what he does for a living. And oh, it's getting good. They're at the fair right now, and I'm just excited to see what happens. Like, I have a feeling that Mark guys are going to like kidnap Adeline, and then Zane's gonna go like batshit crazy trying to get her back. I don't know, but that's just my predictions. But overall, I'm really loving the book right now. I'd go as far as to say I would give this like a 5. Like right here, right now, I'd rate it a 5. As you guys can see, I'm just missing one more little piece. I'm really happy. So I decided to take a break and just read for the rest of the book, because it did say I had 13 minutes left on the audiobook. So I've been reading. I am 98% done. I'm on page 527, and Adeline just found out it was her mom that sent her all the evidence to help solve the murder case of her great-grandmother, and I thought that was super like and now we're gonna see my reaction, because what happened before this chapter with Zayd at Savior, like I really want to know who it was that's the traitor, and it's just insane.
Pretty much, yeah. Like each rub is just something super unique.
Oh, okay, so my camera's about to die, but I just finished it. Holy shit, this book gets a 5. Like, the ending, I don't know what to partake in it. It wasn't exactly what I thought was gonna happen, but still kind of along the lines of, I think she just got kidnapped. Like, holy shit, this book, I need to read the second book next, but I need to read the next book. I saw that Spotify, one of the audiobooks that is included with the 15 hours is They Both Die in the End, They Both Die at the End, which is the last book of this booktube video. So I have been listening to it. I am almost done with chapter 9. I do plan on reading the book. It's just that right now with like sewing the crocheting pieces, I don't want to have to like look at the book, look at the piece that I'm working on. I'd rather just listen to it while I finish it up so I can read it. That way I can get through the book faster. And honestly, my thought so far is, like, I'm just wondering what it'd be like if we had something like Deathcast, like, actually, where you would get a call on the day that you're gonna die, and they're telling you, like, oh, we regret to inform you that within 24 hours you are going to die. Please live a good life, you know? Like, I just want to wonder how I would react to getting a call like that. I'd probably freak out, be sad, and want to visit things, and I'm just getting sad. Like, following both Mateo and Rufus so far, like these first beginning 9 chapters of how well they're taking the news and what they plan to do, it's a little heartbreaking, because you know the ending, you know how this book is going to end, but like especially how young they are, like it's really weighing on me. I can already feel like the waterworks coming. I know that the more I get through this book, I'll probably cry, but I'm really excited to see how else it goes. Okay, so I partially cried last night as you guys saw reading the book. It was actually very sad. I'm not even done yet. I'm about halfway through now, or a little under halfway through. I'm on page 154. There's no chapters in this, so I don't know what chapter, but I'm excited to continue reading because one goodbye was just said from Mateo to his best friend, and that was a little sad and heartbreaking. And I'm just gonna go ahead and speed through the rest of this book so I can give you guys my review and my rating. Right now I'm leaning towards like 3.54 because I definitely cried. It's definitely sad, but it's not like something where I like absolutely love the book. Like, it's definitely a tearjerker and I think it's really well written. It's just not something that I'm like, oh my god, absolutely love, you know? I'm gonna have to give this a 4. It's like, it was really good. Like, it was actually really good, and I'm really sad. Like, it was sad. And I just wished that the two of them got to meet sooner. Like, I love how it talked about, you know, like they met at the right time, and I just wish they had more than 22 hours together. Like, they fell in love in less than a day, and it makes me think, like, you know, what if they met earlier? Like they would have been doing all these fun things together. They would be like baking. I don't know. It just hurts my heart that these two boys on their last day alive found each other, found love within each other, and then it just got ripped away like that. This is a really sad book. It was really good though. It was genuinely, it was really good. I definitely would recommend this. I probably will read the other books, but my heart hurts. I think the plot was pretty good, and I really love how everything like connected together, like seeing characters and being like, oh, that was this character, and then we get something from their point of view. And the back of the book has like a little if you do decide to read it, I have like a little kind of like chart thing that explains who each character was that you saw and how they connect to each other. Like, that was super cool. That definitely took a lot of like planning, mad respect for that, to be able to tie all that together. That was really good. That was a really good part of the book that I really enjoyed. Heartbreaking, and it's like, you know, I can't like talk about the fantasy, I can't talk about world building, smut, romance. Like, this isn't a romantasy book. It's like a fiction book, obviously. I guess technically fantasy, science fiction, whatever you want to call it, because, you know, Death Cast doesn't exist. Like, that's made up, so I don't know if that qualifies as like science fiction or fantasy, but it's not like romance, I guess. More contemporary, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but this is like the first time I've ever read a book like this where, you know, it's a sad book with no smut. No, okay, there's very, very, I don't want to spoil it, but like, I guess I kind of did spoil it. It's like, I can't talk. It's like a soft romance, I guess, because, you know, they end up finding each other, but I don't know. I'm a mess right now, but I want to give this book a 4. Yeah, I'm gonna go grieve now. Hi guys, so it is the next morning, and as y'all know, I was a wreck last night after finishing They both died in the end. But because I finished it, that means today we are finally done with the challenge. Or I guess yesterday. And yesterday was August 20th. So it took about a week and a half, like you said.
Yep.
So
Pretty
you're
close.
right.
Yeah, pretty close.
You were right. It
I think
took about
said 2 weeks.
I thought you said a week and a half.
You say a week and a half?
I ended up giving, out of the 5 books, 2 ended up being 5 stars and 3 ended up 4 stars. So how do you feel? Do you think you did good?
Yeah, better than I thought, actually.
Really? Genuinely?
Yeah, because
Wow.
it was kind of hit or miss, and I guess I kind of hit.
I guess I kind of hit. Period. Yeah, guys, now it's my turn to pick out 5 books for him.
Oh, you're not gonna get that video for years.
Well, yeah, I also agree. Like, you know, you did pretty good. So I think this video was a success! Wow! Cue the balloons, cue the yay! But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Go ahead and I guess leave a comment of, I don't know, what, if you guys read these books, what you rated it, and maybe a challenge that you want to see him do next. I don't know. But if you guys liked today's video, go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you guys next time. Bye!